Welcome to a magical adventure. In today's story, we'll meet Bramble, a little hedgehog with a big job, keeping the golden lantern glowing to guide all the woodland animals safely home. But when the lantern goes missing, Bramble must learn an important lesson about responsibility, friendship, and doing what's right. Get cozy, open your ears wide, and let's journey into the enchanted forest to see how Bramble's light saves the day. Bramble the Hedgehog had always loved shiny things. Pebbles, raindrops on leaves, even the tiny beads of dew clinging to his spines if it sparkled, Bramble wanted to see it. But the shiniest thing in Bramble's whole world was the golden lantern. The lantern wasn't just beautiful, it was important. Every year, the lantern keeper, usually a very responsible animal, would light it at dusk, and its glow would guide all the woodland creatures safely back to their homes. Without it, paths could be lost, streams might be missed, and shadows could make even the bravest owl nervous. This year, Old Badger had decided it was time for someone younger to take on the task. Responsibility, he told Bramble, isn't just about enjoying the good parts. It's about caring for something even when it's not easy. To Bramble's surprise, Old Badger handed him the lantern. "You will be this year's keeper." Bramble's paws tingled. He promised to keep it safe. He even placed it on a little shelf in his burrow, high enough that his curious otter friend, Ripple, couldn't touch it. But as the days passed, Bramble found himself distracted. One evening, Ripple invited him to watch the moonlight dance on the river. Just for a moment, Bramble thought. But in his excitement, he forgot something very important. The night air was cool and silver with moonlight as Bramble and Ripple laughed beside the water. The river's surface glittered like a moving mirror, and for a while, Bramble forgot all about the golden lantern. Back in the village, the sun had set, and creatures began their journey home. But without the lantern's golden glow, the forest was darker than usual. Little Dormouse tripped over a root. Moth nearly fluttered into the thorn bushes. Even Old Badger stumbled on the narrow bridge. Meanwhile, Bramble returned home, still humming the tune Ripple had been singing. But when he reached his burrow, his heart dropped. The shelf was empty. The lantern was gone. Bramble's mind raced. Had someone taken it? Or had it rolled away while he was gone? He searched every corner of his home, but only shadows answered him. In the distance, he heard worried voices from the forest. "Where's the lantern? We can't see the path." Bramble's cheeks burned with shame. He had promised to keep it safe, and he had failed. Old Badger appeared at his doorway, eyes serious but calm. "Bramble," he said quietly, "when we take on a responsibility, it means putting it before our own wishes. That is the true weight of the lantern." Bramble nodded, his chest tight. "I'll find it," he said. "I'll fix this." Bramble set off into the dark, carrying only a small candle to light his way. The forest looked different at night, shadows stretched long and strange, and the rustle of leaves sounded like whispers. But Bramble kept going, determined to make things right. He searched the clearing where he sometimes left his acorn collection. No lantern. He peered into the hollow log by the riverbank. No lantern. Then, near the old willow tree, he saw faint golden flickers on the ground like crumbs of light. He followed them carefully, paws brushing aside fallen leaves. The trail led deeper into the forest than Bramble had ever gone. Finally, he found Ripple sitting beside the lantern. She looked guilty. "I just wanted to see it up close," she whispered. "It was so pretty. I thought I'd bring it to the willow so it could glow in the moonlight. But then I heard everyone calling, and I didn't know what to do." Bramble's first instinct was to scold her, but he remembered old Badger's words. Responsibility meant keeping calm and solving the problem. "Ripple," he said gently, "the lantern's light isn't just for us, it's for everyone. Without it, they can't find their way home." Ripple's eyes widened. "I didn't think of that." "Help me carry it back," Bramble said, lifting the lantern carefully. They would have to hurry. The lantern was heavier than Bramble remembered. Every step made his paws ache, but he refused to stop. Ripple padded beside him, her whiskers drooping. "I'm sorry," she murmured again. As they walked, Bramble noticed the forest waking up around them, not with morning light, but with trust. Fireflies began to hover near the lantern's glow. The golden light spilled over the mossy path, and the air felt warmer. When they reached the village edge, several animals hurried toward them. Little Dormouse squeaked in relief. Moth fluttered above the lantern, circling joyfully. Even old Badger's stern face softened. "You brought it back," Badger said. "That takes courage. And keeping it safe from now on will take even more." Bramble placed the lantern back on its stand in the center of the clearing. As soon as it was lit, the whole forest seemed to sigh in comfort. Paths reappeared, shadows softened, and the village glowed like a nest in the trees. Ripple stood quietly, her paws clasped. "Bramble," she said, "tomorrow, can I help you light it? I think. I want to be more careful." Bramble hesitated, then nodded. "If we both take responsibility, it will shine brighter than ever." The next evening, Bramble and Ripple met at the lantern stand before sunset. They polished its golden sides until it gleamed. When the first stars began to prick the sky, they lit it together, watching the warm light stretch across the forest floor. That night, the village was calmer. No tripping over roots, no frightened calls from the shadows. The glow reached every corner of the woodland, and the creatures walked home with smiles. Old Badger approached, his paws folded behind his back. "Responsibility," he said, "isn't a burden when shared. It's a gift that keeps everyone safe." Bramble looked at Ripple, who smiled shyly. "I learned that being responsible isn't just about doing what's easy," she said. "It's about doing what's right, even if it means missing out on something else." Bramble nodded. He had learned that, too. From that day on, he never let the lantern's light go out. And when he did need to step away, he made sure someone he trusted was ready to keep it safe. The golden lantern shone every night, not just as a beacon through the forest, but as a reminder: responsibility is like light, it guides, protects, and grows brighter when shared. And deep in the heart of the magical woodland, Bramble knew one thing for certain: he was not just a collector of shiny things anymore. He was a true keeper. And that's how Bramble the Hedgehog discovered the true magic of responsibility. Taking care of the golden lantern wasn't just about keeping it safe, it was about protecting his friends, helping others, and keeping his promise. When we are responsible, our choices can light the way for everyone around us, just like Bramble's lantern lit the enchanted forest. So remember, little adventurers, even the smallest acts of responsibility can make you a hero in someone else's story.
The end.